Hey guys, this is Irie Starcraft, and I'm going to be casting another 2v2 for you tonight. And this game is going to be on Discord 4. And you can see some familiar names already in the chat right now. HuK. I know that a lot of you, any of you who've seen any of Husky's broadcasts, he loves to cast HuK's games. So I have seen a ton of games played by HuK. He is one of the premier Protoss players in the world. I tried to look up his rankings before I loaded this replay, but I couldn't find him. I'm not sure if he changed his name or which server he's on. I heard he moved to the Korean server or whatnot, but regardless, trust me, he is a top level Protoss player, and his teammate will be CellaWerra, another familiar name. So I think these guys actually might both be part of Team Liquid now. I'm not 100% sure on that, but either way, CellaWerra will be the purple Zerg, and they will be going against Azide, the blue Protoss. It looks like we had a pause or some lag right there as the chat filter just exploded. And Azide will be the blue Protoss, and his teammate will be Smile, the red Protoss. And now I am not sure if Smile is, because this game is actually a month or two old. This is version 1.1.2, so most of the mechanics and stuff are all the same. I forget what the last little subtle change was. I think this version actually even has the change to the Void Rays already finished. We'll see if anyone gets any Void Rays out. I'll double check that, but this is not that old of a game. But Smile, I'm not sure if that is actually Super Ninja, and Super Ninja used to be called Smile, because we've seen Azide play with Super Ninja all the time. They are the #2 overall 2v2 North American team, I should say, right now. That is Azide and Super Ninja. They will both be throwing their gateways down at the front. And this map, by the way, is Discord 4, as we see some crazy probe harass going on right there. HuK pulling a bunch of probes off to try and fight this off here. I think he did lose a couple there. But anyway, yeah, this map, Discord 4, actually, I don't think, I may have cast one game on this map before, but I don't think so. And this is a map that I get quite a bit when I do 2v2 matches, and it makes for a very long game, generally speaking, because look at the distance. You have to go all the way across this entire thing here, and then back up the bottom. You have shared bases. Excuse me, there. You have shared bases with the one small choke, so that makes it very easy to defend your main. And so we do see CellaWerra is going to be going for a sneak fast expand down here, and that's an interesting strategy, because this location is not scouted that often usually. And actually I think that because this is Smile's probe here, and I think he was checking that. Oh, he did see that. So we see Smile's vision. He knows about that fast expand. So Smile one step ahead. He does see that expand go down, and CellaWerra throwing some Zerglings down, because I think he knows he got scouted, so he's going to actually try and defend that. So this could get pretty interesting here. Smile and Azide knowing that if they just sit back right now, they will fall behind, because CellaWerra already has his expansion, and now going to be pushing out with a few Zerglings, going to be meeting up with this scouting. Oh, this is actually HuK's scouting probe. I wonder if he's going to think about throwing a Proxy Pylon and doing some early pressure here, because HuK is getting 2 additional gateways. Right now, the robotics facility for Azide is actually just now completing, and Stargate is now halfway done for Smile. So some very fast teching going on from Super Ninja and Azide. I'm calling him Super Ninja, but I don't even know if he really is, so I'm going to keep calling him Smile. That is just habit. And this Zergling going to find out there's a Zealot chilling there, blocking that choke point. Probably going to end up pulling back, because with the 2 Stalkers in the back, they will not be able to do anything. But will we see, we do see, okay, the Lair Tech is coming down already for CellaWerra and the Roach Warren. So we're likely going to be seeing some Mutalisk plays soon coming from CellaWerra, and some Roaches, possibly some mass Roach to try and bust this front down. But that could be trouble if they go for that, because you can see the robotics bay for Azide is already just now about to finish. So the Colossus, as you see him banking some gas right here, as soon as he hits 300 minerals, there is going to be a Colossus coming out of this robotics facility, and it will be chrono boosted. So mass Roach and a bunch of Zerglings aren't going to be that good against this fast Colossus. So HuK getting quite a few sentries here. And even though CellaWerra has the base advantage right now, and even getting a couple of spine crawlers to try and protect that, they could be in for a little bit of trouble, because this Colossus is going to get out for Azide very soon. And we do see the Stargate is making Phoenix actually Smile is pumping out some Phoenix. And the thing is that Azide and Smile have been able to hide this tech from their opponents. I'm pretty sure. I want to check HuK's vision. There's no indication of a Stargate there, no robotics facility, or no robotics bay even, and he did not see the robo facility up here. So for all HuK and CellaWerra know, they could be foregating and could be worrying about proxy pylons and stuff, but what they don't realize is the teching going on. These Phoenix still not revealed to the opponent. So are the Phoenix going to come in here and start picking up probes? And it looks like those Zerglings may have seen those Phoenix. I'm not sure. That was very close there, but I'm going to go ahead and assume they did not see that. Or did they? Because HuK now pulling back some of his sentries into the Zerg base. Seeing that there is an observer just chilling in there, going to bring his Overseer, CellaWerra's Overseer, over to pick off that observer. Meanwhile, the Phoenix have arrived at HuK's base, and they are lifting off probes. So that is very, very annoying. And I've seen a lot of players make use of this Phoenix this way, and it seems, I guess, to be pretty effective. It's not something that I would normally consider to be that effective, because you think it costs 50 energy per probe you lift off, and the probe is only really 50 minerals. So you're really investing a lot into going after those Phoenix. You're sacrificing other parts of your army, so you really need to make good use of them. And one thing they do provide is a bit of a psychological edge on the opponent. You gain map control, because the Phoenix are constantly forcing units to pull back and defend the expansions and whatnot from any kind of harassment. Because right now, Phoenix could fly in here, pick up this Queen, and kill it before anything would be able to stop them. So right now, this Phoenix is going to be taking out this Overlord here quickly. Are they going to pick up this Queen and start killing that? No, going to go after this Overseer here. This one Phoenix getting pretty low, but it is out of range now, pumping out a bunch of changelings there before it dies. And now finally the Queen is getting lifted up and starting to pick up. So that's very frustrating for the opponent. Smile making great use of these Phoenix so far. And now even picking up some drones, going to use up the last bit of energy there. This Graviton Beam does take 50 energy, and they recover at a normal clip of any other energy-wielding unit, as far as I could tell. As far as I know, it always recovers at the same pace. Anyway, CellaWerra is scouting up here with his Zergling, and he sees that there are 2 Colossus and a ton of Stalkers. These Zerglings are going to get torn apart here, but it doesn't look like the Thermal Lance is finished, actually, for Azide. So he opted to get a second Colossus out before going after that Thermal Lance, so he's only able to pick off some of that army. And now Phoenix actually going to come in and lift up all of the roaches for the Stalkers to come clean up in the back. So Phoenix really getting their money's worth at this point. They have been harassing Queens, drones, probes, and now even picking up roaches off the map, in the center of the map while they were trying to retreat. So I want to check the units lost really quick, and wow, HuK and CellaWerra are way behind in the units lost, and a lot of that is even just the Phoenix, and then the Colossus, of course, just annihilating those Zerglings. And Phoenix picking off Overlords all over the map here, and Phoenix flying so quickly that if I'm CellaWerra right now, I'm just banging my head on the keyboard from these freaking Phoenix that are now just getting bolstered. More and more Phoenix are coming around. So that is just going to become more and more annoying, as there's still no anti-air back here. And CellaWerra really needs to think about investing in an evolution chamber and a couple of spore crawlers back here, because this Queen's going to go down. And now the Stalkers from HuK are forced to run all over the place to try and defend these bases. Meanwhile, Smile is going to take advantage of this map control and go after this high yield mineral expansion in the center of the map. Meanwhile, leaving his ground army at the Xel'Naga watchtower down here to notice how this is a good idea. I'm taking notes now as how these guys each have one army at a Xel'Naga watchtower, so they can get that vision. And as soon as you see an army coming either way, you can move to join forces and then engage. So a very good idea there, something that my friends and I probably should take note of. Is a good way to try and secure the middle of this map is to have one player take each watchtower so you get all that vision. And so yeah, I haven't spent a lot of time talking about this map. There are these expansions over here that they're fairly easily defended from up top here. The problem is it is so long of a run from your main up here to defend that if it gets scouted, it is such a struggle to try and get there and get back. So really the mineral patches on the edge and even the center can be easier to defend than these wing ones. However, it is a lot of times you'll see players do sneak expansions, and engagement coming on right now in the middle. HuK with a bunch of Phoenix of his own, and they are getting a bunch of HuK stalkers are getting lifted off right now, and Smile and Azide are pressing the issue. A lot of damage being done. HuK trying to fall back with his Phoenix right here, and they're in a lot of trouble. There are a bunch of Corruptors now on the field though for CellaWerra, so this is going to be an intense battle right now. Will these force fields come into play, because there are a bunch of